Today we're going to be talking about the top 3 Wall Street Bet stocks to watch this week. Let's get into the video. Hi everyone, my name is Zach and welcome back to Finance Bro. Before we get into the video, I'd like to ask you guys to please leave a comment of your favorite stock at the moment, why it's your favorite stock at the moment, and also leave a like and subscribe as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. So here we are on WSBtrackers.com. As you guys know, I've been talking about this website a lot recently. I'm not affiliated with it whatsoever. It's just something I really like to use. So if you guys want to know what's being talked about most on Wall Street Bets, go ahead and use it. Not an affiliate. Don't get paid for this. I just wanted to say. But here we are. So the first one that we're going to be talking about today is going to be Wish, which is actually the second most talked about stock on Wall Street Bets today, and it's been talked about 13% of the time for the past 3 days. Obviously, at its initial run up 3 days ago, but it's held its price very well. So here we are on Yahoo Finance. We have about an $8 billion market cap, which is not too high, but not not too low either, where it's actually a pretty good market cap for it right now. Earnings per share, not good. They've missed on their past 2 quarters, but they do have another earnings coming up soon. But as far as financials go, they have been increasing revenue for the past 4 years, which was what you like to see, although their earnings did take a dive earlier this year. Really in Q4 of 2020 is when they took a dive. As for recommendations, it is actually a 1.9 on Yahoo Finance's scale, which actually indicates a buy for them. And then for analyst price targets, they do have a low of $12, an average of 18, and a high of 24. So if you come here on tip ranks, you can actually see this. Their average presents a 33% upside from here, and they actually just had an initial run up too. And this is by June 2022. So they have a 36% upside to 18 and a way bigger upside to 24 on the high end. But no analyst actually says to sell right now. So overall, Wish is looking pretty good. And obviously, if we come here to WeBull, if we look at the 5-minute chart, over the past few days, they have been doing quite well, but we had our initial run up about 3 days ago, all the way from $11 all the way up to about $14. Now they're bouncing between about $13 and $14.50 right now. They do have a big resistance at $14.50 and a big support line at about $13, and we've held above that for the past couple of days really well, and we have kept our volume pretty good also. If we come in and zoom in, at the end of today, we are up after hours, and we were up on the day barely about 1%. We are about to start trending back up on the MACD if you look at the end of the day, and the RSI is sitting at about 60, which isn't too overbought, but not too oversold either. So overall, this is a pretty good time for Wish. We'll have to see if they can be talked about a lot more on Wall Street Bets tomorrow and get the retail sentiment up as well. But really what you guys should be looking out for on Wish is going to be breaking above this $14.50 line right here. Okay, and the second Wall Street Bet stock that you should be watching this week is actually going to be CLOV. It was the 4th most talked about stock on Wall Street Bets today, being talked about 7% of the time. Yesterday was about 9%, so it did take a little bit of a dive here, but CLOV is one of the ones which is up biggest today, which is up 9% on June 23rd. So the fact that they're still being talked about the 4th most on Wall Street Bets is good. And here we are. They are only about a $5 billion market cap, so this is going to be an easier stock to actually go up in price a lot more. And if you look here, bullish pattern detected for Yahoo Finance. Short term, they think it's going to go up. Midterm, they think it's going to go up. And long term, Yahoo Finance thinks it's going to go up. Obviously, I made a video on this earlier today as well, so if you guys want a more in-depth video on it, you guys can go check that out. But revenue has been increasing for the past 3 years, which is very good, and quarterly, they have also increased revenue over the past quarter as well. As for a rating, they do have about a 2.7, which is between a buy and a hold, which isn't too bad. And then for analyst price targets, they are above analyst price targets, but CLOV is more of a short squeeze type of thing. So if we come here to Fintel, you can see that the short volume has been going up a lot more for the past 2 days, and retail investors really want to punish short sellers for this, for what they're doing with this short selling right now. We'll have to see if that actually a short squeeze does occur, but that's why it's on this stocks to watch video. Here we go, and if we can look at CLOV, over the past 2 days is when CLOV is really blown up. Obviously CLOV, if you take a look back a while ago, they were at about $29 and have been selling off for a while and consolidating. Overall, just not good market sentiment, but over the past 2 days, they were starting to get talked about a lot more on WallStreetBets, and rumors of a short squeeze came, and the company actually did mention that a short squeeze could occur, and that took CLOV investors, that's all they needed, and it took off in price. This one's going to be a little bit more risky than Wish in my opinion, but there is a chance of a short squeeze here, and there's a lot more short volume on CLOV at the moment. Here we go. Over the last day, we really held that $13 support line pretty well. We also have a $14.50 resistance line for CLOV. So, this is what I'm really looking out for. Can we get above $14.50 tomorrow? After that, we have a resistance at $16.50, and after that, $20. So a lot of upside here for CLOV. We'll have to see if they can continue this momentum into tomorrow. Overall, RSI at 50, that's good. And we are going to be trending back up on the MACD tomorrow as we are up in after hours, as long as we can keep that momentum going in to the next day. And the third and final stock that we're going to be talking about on this WallStreetBets stock to watch video is actually going to be Workhorse. So this is actually another stock that I talked about on my last WallStreetBets stocks to watch video, and it's done pretty well since then. It is up 9% on the day. It was talked about the fifth most, I believe, on WallStreetBets today. Oh, actually fourth most. CLOV is actually fifth most, but a huge uptick because they're up 10%, and Workhorse is one with a good amount of short interest, so rumors of a short squeeze always come up when any short interest is talked about. But here we go. We have a market cap of only $2 billion, so this is going to be easier than both Wish and CLOV to actually move the price because there's less money in it. And performance outlook, they think it's going to go up in the short term, midterm, long term down. So we'll have to see how that does. Obviously, they had this one great earnings call in Q4, but then they missed again in Q1. Earnings went up a ton last year in 2020 because that one good quarter, but the revenue is still not there per se. Earnings went back down. Overall, this is pretty much just a short squeeze play. Yahoo Finance has it as a 2.6, which is between a buy and a hold. And as for price targets, the average is $12.70 and the high is $20. So the high does present some upside, but the average doesn't. If we take a look at short interest, you can see that they have about a 26% short interest right now, but honestly not that much short volume. And the Workhorse short volume ratio is not anything to write home about either, just about 19. So yeah, here we are on the technical analysis for Workhorse. Obviously today was a great day for Workhorse. We do see a bit of a resistance line here at $16. If we can break that going into tomorrow, that would be really good, and we could be seeing previous highs of about $18, but we're gonna have to see if that's going to come true or not. We'll know a lot more tomorrow to see if this volume that we saw today is going to keep up. Right now it's about a 60 RSI, and we are actually trending back up on the MACD, so we're gonna have to see tomorrow if we're gonna break this resistance of 16 to go back to 18. We'll have to see that tomorrow. All right, that is going to be it for today. I feel like I was just talking at 1,000 words per minute, but anyways, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy, please leave a like and comment and subscribe, and consider turning on post notifications, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. But my name is Zach, and I'll see you in the next video.